Today we'll be looking at the proper installation and usage of Polybind sand. We'll be covering the do's and don'ts of a job well done. Do it right, avoid callbacks, save time and money, and get referrals. Polybind sand is the ideal product for any overlay application. Remember, the installation of polymeric sand is the final step to a job well done. So let's take a look at the following. Polybind sand must be installed on a dry surface, free from any dampness, moisture, or morning dew. As well, there can be no rain in the forecast for 1 hour beyond the installation of sand on a drainage base and 24 hours beyond the installation of sand in a non-drainage base. Also, the temperature must be 32 degrees Fahrenheit or above. Let's make sure that all of the crew is trained in the proper installation techniques of the sand. Do the job once and do it right. Now let's take a look at the proper installation procedure. What tools do we need? Well, first, let's make sure that we read the instructions off of the Polybind bag. As well, safety first. Let's make sure all crew members have masks and goggles. So what tools do we need? Well, we'll need a watering hose and adjustable nozzle. We'll also need a couple of brooms. We'll need a hard bristle broom for the initial sand sweeping into the joints, and the final sweeping, we'll need a soft bristle broom. We'll also need a plate compactor. You'll need at least 3,500 pounds of centrifugal force for an existing job and 4,000 to 5,000 pounds of centrifugal force for a new job. And let's not forget, we'll need a protective pad under our compactor. We'll also need a blower to sweep away any remaining residue. Polybind sand is the last step in a perfect installation. So let's review the overlay process. Can you roll up the erosion problem video, please? On an existing overlay job, we may have erosion problems. First, we want to mark our pavers in sequence or take a photo of the job to make sure that we can reinstall them properly. In this case, we have a concrete pad with a stone dust setting bed. A correction will be made and a new level established at a minimum of a 1 degree slope. Now that we fixed the job, we have pavers on a drainage and non-drainage base. To reinstall the pavers, we'll use a rubber mallet to tamp them in place, making sure that the pavers are 1/8 inch above the edge of the pool coping. Now let's take a look at a retrofit job. All sand must be removed from the job prior to the installation of the Polybind sand. Be sure not to over pressure wash. We don't want to disturb the base sand. Remember, the Polybind sand is going to help alleviate any problems with weed growth or anthills. You need 24 hours of drying time before the installation of Polybind sand. Avoid callbacks, save time, save money. In an overlay application, there are 4 scenarios of drainage and non-drainage bases. Number 1, a typical foundation, which is compacted aggregate with a sand setting bed, a drainage base. Number 2, a concrete pad with aggregate to attain a certain level, which is a non-drainage base. Number 3, a concrete pad with a mortar setting bed, which is a non-drainage base. And number 4, a concrete pad with a sand setting bed, which is also a non-drainage base. Now that this work is done, we can proceed with the installation of the Polybind sand. Remember, there can't be any rain in the forecast within 1 hour of the installation of the Polybind product on a drainage base and within 24 hours for a non-drainage base. Also, make sure that the temperature is above 32 degrees. Now let's review the process in 3 easy steps for a new or existing job. Can you roll the tape, please? When emptying the bags, make sure they're distributed evenly to help maintain consistency of the gradation of the product. Just spread it. Can you move the video along, please? Let's continue with the installation process. First, we'll use our hard bristle broom to do the initial sweep of the sand into the joints. Next, our plate compactor will be used to vibrate the sand down into the joints. Then we'll use our fine bristle broom to sweep away any remaining sand on the job. And let's make sure that we leave at least an 1/8 inch reveal between the top of the paver and the top of the sand. Finally, we'll use our blower to blow away any sand or remaining residue on the job. Remember, the sweeping and the blowing process are critical to help alleviate any hazing in the future. Polybind is the only manufacturer in the industry to offer a limited warranty. Let's do it once, do it right, and avoid callbacks. Let's move on to the watering process and the activation of the polymers. First, set your water gun to the mist setting and at a height of 4 feet mist. Wait no longer than 3 to 4 minutes. Remember, don't do too big of an area at a time. On a hot day, it will dry up and be ineffective. Next, at a height of 2 feet, mist and rinse. Again, wait no longer than 3 to 4 minutes. Third, we will mist and rinse again simultaneously, and once we see the buildup of white foam or polymers or any puddling on the pavers, we'll stop. Now we'll use our blower to blow away any remaining residue or water that may have residue in it. This will help ensure no hazing on the job. Remember, do it once, do it right, avoid callbacks, save time and money, and get referrals. Finally, by following these Polybind installation techniques, you will be assured your customer's approval. Thank you for watching.